said that there are 23 that do the right, and that the 24th, he sits as a judge or as a God over the right. And whenever there's a peace that is to be revealed to a people, that God chooses a person to reveal it through, that person is called a messenger or a prophet. But the book is already written. That's why it's called Scripture. Script is a small part of a bigger writing. How are they able to do this? They are studying the thoughts of the people. They multiply the thoughts of the people by the action, then divide it. And then they're able to predict the patterns of habits of the people and able to predict what the people will be doing 20 years from now, 30 years from now, thousands of years from now, tens of thousands of years from now. They're able to predict based upon the thinking of the people right now. We're going to talk about how they're able to do that from a chemical, biological standpoint. There's a science to doing that. So we say they write this history. Now, from time to time, they disagree. Not always in agreement. And the ones who wrote our cycle, they weren't always in agreement. What is the difference between the time period we're living in, this 25,000-year cycle, and the others? It's a big difference. Anybody know the difference? There's one difference that separates those scientists, 24 others, from all the rest. And the difference is, all the other scientists, they was able to see 35,000 years in the future. The other scientists, after the moon was born, they was able to see 25,000 years into the future. But the scientists who wrote our cycle, they could not see that far. They were only able to see 15,000 years in the cycle of our history. And they said they saw a light, but it was so bright, you know, that's why the Mason said if you got too many Mason symbols on, they say your light too bright, you're blinded. Right? So anytime the light is too bright when you drive it, and there's a real bright light coming your way from a car, it'll blind you. So they saw one coming up, Master Farad Muhammad, whose light was so bright they couldn't see beyond 15,000. So the scriptures in the Bible say, seal the book and write no more. Why seal the book? Because you can't write what you can't see. Okay. So they closed the book and they sealed the book up. They put seals on the book so nobody would come and act like they were seeing something that they couldn't see. So now you got the 24 scientists, the 24 scholars, the 24 elders who are sitting at the throne of God, weeping and wailing. They're in the book of Revelation because they searched and nobody was worthy, nobody was able, nobody had the wisdom, the power to come and take the book from him who sat on the throne and to loose the seals thereof. And then the book says, this is Bible, but it talks about it in the Quran. When you read the we, the us, we sent our spirit. We know that Allah does not have associate. Who is the we? Who is the our? Who is the us of the Bible that made men? You must study this. The scientists and the scholars, the minister went and wrestled with them over these issues, and they shut their mouths. Why? Because the Georgia-born black man who was taught from God gave this man so much knowledge, so much wisdom, till he shut all the scholars in the world down.